On our basement renovation project, we're now kind of on the process of lighting. We've kind of redone our bar top with some spray paint. I didn't do a video on that, and that's really unfortunate, but I can show you one on how we're going to epoxy the top of this here in a minute. But one thing we really wanted to update was the lighting. And so what you see here is this is what has been in a lot of older home basements, are these these canned lights like this, called the can lights. We wanted to have some actual bar lights that hung down, and we found this product at Lowe's, which is a Portfolio's Lowe's brand product that is a replacement to add a pendant light. Super easy, and I'm going to show you how to do it. It actually fits right over the top of the housing. Only tools that I needed to have was a measuring stick or measuring tape and a little flathead screwdriver, because you're going to have to adjust a couple of set screws to hold the cord. But you don't have to cut the cord, you don't have to take anything, you don't have to do anything electrical. It is a good idea to have the power off while you're doing it. I'm probably going to leave the power on just so that you can see a little better with the camera, but it's a good idea to kill the power to the switch or the breaker before you get started. If you come in closer here in the box, pretty simple. They're going to include your instructions, which you won't need them because that's why you're here. And then you're going to have your unit. And that's it. That's the only thing in the box. So the unit consists of a long cable. And I'm sure that it tells you how long it is, but I can tell you it's plenty long. And you're going to take off the plastic. You've got your part that screws in, your cord, and then the base part down here that you're going to attach a globe onto. Now, it does not come with a globe, so you will have to, we purchased these globes here from Lowe's just because we were there and kind of liked the warm hue, but they have any kind of globe will fit on this. Just by unscrewing this little cap, putting the globe on, and then screwing this part on, it holds any kind of globe that you want to put on there. To get started, what we're going to do is remove the light bulb only from up above. If the camera kind of fades out on us here, we'll have to get a little closer and see, but just remove the bulb and set that aside. You're not going to be using that again, and that's it. Now you've got the part up there ready to go. This cord here, you have to measure this first, how far down you want it to be. So on that particular one, if you loosen this little collar, this is the cord tensioning collar. It'll slide off, and there's little teeth. And that allows this cord to slide freely through here. And you're going to want to measure however far, if you're going to do 2 of these or 3 of these, measure them all beforehand. We did the one, and it was 15.5 inches from the bottom part of the light to the tip of this. So I'm going to do the same thing on this one. I'm going to get my measuring stick here. It's entirely too long. I can do this without a second set of hands. Okay, 15.5 inches, which is right to there. Once I've got that, then go ahead and tighten this collar back down. And that's just going to hold it in place temporarily. You're going to actually end up loosening that again here in a minute. But that holds that at 15.5 inches, so that will then be the same length as this up here when it's all the way pulled back into the ceiling. Now how these work is this back part is the next step. There's a little set screw right here. It uses a little flathead. I'm hoping this one's small enough to get in there. You're going to put the flathead in there, loosen this little set screw up here that holds the cord. You don't have to take it out, just loosen it up. And then just slide the cable back and pull it through all the way until it gets down to the very bottom down here where it's going to want to eventually be. And you're going to end up with a bunch of extra cord, but that's okay because you can tuck it back up in the ceiling here when we're done. Okay, once I get it all the way down to where it's going to be right there, you're going to go ahead and tighten that screw back. That'll hold the cord now in exactly where it needs to be once you get it up there. If I can do it in the dark. Okay, now that that's tightened down the cord, you're now you've got the length that you need and you've got this part set where you need, but you now have to loosen this part again and let this part fall down, because that's going to be the part that's going to cover it up when it goes back up in there. You're now going to go up in here and you're going to screw this in. I kind of find it easy if you've got a bunch of cord like we do, just try to hang on to it. But you're going to, if you don't have as much, it might be a little easier for you to do. But screw this in into the existing socket that's up there. Notice I didn't even take off this cover plate. You don't do that. You just leave it on there. Once that gets up in there good and tight, you go ahead and tuck your extra cable back up in the housing. And then this last part, you just take this whole part here and slide it up on there. And get it up there good and snug, and then just tighten that back down. Now this part here will take a little time to get, it's been curled up in a box, so it'll settle down. Like that one has already started to settle down, but you're gonna want to cut that little warning tag off there. But by doing that, and then putting the globe on, we've got the globes like this here. I'm just gonna insert the globe over the top of that, and then using that screw, you got smaller hands, this helps too. I don't have very small hands, so it's kind of hard to, there it goes. Okay, get that screwed on there. And once that settles out, you've got them and they're both the same length and you've done it. You haven't used any tools, haven't had to cut anything other than a screwdriver and measuring stick. And I think that is super easy, and it's gonna add a nice upgrade to this bar, other than having those lights up there like that. So thanks again for watching. If you found this helpful, please feel free to like and subscribe.